Going over some interesting statistics in the Nasdaq futures daily session. We're looking at 405-minute bars between 8:30 and 3:15, 8:30 a.m. and 3:15 Central Time to represent the day session for the Nasdaq futures. And this has never happened before, where we have 12. We're on our 12th day of consecutive higher highs and higher lows. We mentioned in our daily report yesterday of higher lows. And didn't even think about the higher highs, but we're looking at starting on December 4th, going through today on December the 20th, the Nasdaq, there has been historically a couple of times when it's gone 10 bars in a row, going back to 1999, July of 1999 on the Nasdaq futures, the database that I have, and we're on yesterday was the 11th day, today is the 12th day in a row. So 2 more days than it's ever done before on consecutive higher highs and higher lows. So each day has a previous higher low and a higher high on our 12th day in a row. Now this could break down. If the market rolls over and takes out yesterday's low, the streak will end. But if yesterday's low holds on today's session, then that'll be 12 in a row. Or 11 in a row would be the new record. 10 was the previous record. So it's 11 days is in the books. This is intraday or almost noon Eastern time on our 12th day. So we'll see if that holds. But the Nasdaq futures have never done that before. Yesterday was the lowest. This histogram at the bottom represents the daily range of the day session, the high minus the low. And yesterday was the highest or the lowest daily range. Only 85 points in the Nasdaq futures was the day session range, not counting holidays. So you see lower ranges here. This is the half day after Thanksgiving. This is the small amount of data that was on Thanksgiving Day. This was Labor Day, 66.5 points. The stock market was closed, and the futures traded a little bit on Labor Day. So there are some days when the ranges have been lower, but those were holidays. July the 4th, holiday, 28 points. There was a holiday on June 19th, Juneteenth, 22.5 points. And then Memorial Day, 44 and a quarter points. But for a full non-holiday session, yesterday's 85-point range was the lowest daily range from high to low during the day session. On the VIX, we are at 0.59 today. This is the average daily range of the VIX over the last 12 days. That is the lowest level that was seen in 2017 when we had incredibly low VIX values. If you remember 2017, if you traded in that time frame, incredibly low VIX values. 0.59 was the lowest value. That low VIX value of 0.59 was on October the 16th with a closing VIX value of 9.91. We are about 3 points higher on the VIX. And we have the same average daily ranges. So while the VIX is 3 points higher than it was at those lows in 2017, 6 years ago, we are seeing the average daily ranges of the VIX similar. So a similar type of volatility that we saw in 2017 right now, even though the VIX is elevated by a few points, it's still very, very low. Relatively speaking, and the average ranges are there. So very interesting. We see what happened with that cycle of VIX as soon as 2018 came around. Big VIX spike in 2018 and slightly higher trends and even higher in 2020 with the pandemic and elevated. We've gone through a down cycle now. We know that cycles come and go, and the timing of that is not perfect, but it's about at the lowest levels. So it wouldn't be surprising to see at some point in the near future for that cycle to turn higher based on the cycles that we've gone through to get us to these extremely low levels. So those are 3 interesting points of the VIX levels, the ranges in the Nasdaq, and then the consecutive highs and lows in the Nasdaq. I wanted to point that out in this video to share that perspective. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.